All right, so what we're going to do is I am going to, actually, I need to pull up one other thing for myself. There we go. Because I cannot remember. I think we're going to take these off. I don't think we're going to be using these. It's a nice little, twine with the plastic on the end that are good for hanging things, but I don't think we're going to use these. So we're going to take them off for now. I'll set them over to the side. I definitely don't throw them away because you never know when you might be able to use something like that. You might make something of your own and need a little cute little hanger, and there you go. Bam, it's done. You don't even have to worry about it. And they've already taken care of putting something on the ends so that they don't fray. So sit tight with us today, friends, because it's going to be a little bit of a project. Let's see if we can get the sides together. Try to find out which side is the best on these. They are a little bowed for some reason. I don't know why, but maybe once we attach them together, they won't be. I am going to have to move some of this stuff out of the way, or else I will have no space, because I still need to, I still have organizing I need to do in here, and I haven't gotten time to do it, but I am still planning on it. So that will give me a little more desk space. And then maybe I can flip my camera and you guys can see more of my desk area. I don't know if the videos would turn out better that way or not, if y'all be able to see it. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to get the glue gun going, because we are going to put these guys together with these sticks. So as you can see, they're just two separate boards. Guys, you can't get any cheaper for a surface than this. And I did grab an extra glue stick just in case I need it. Where's my glue gun? There it is. I have a new one in here, but just in case I need it, put that there. All right, so what we're going to do is I've got the glue gun going, so it should be ready in just a few minutes. We are going to take these big craft sticks. They're called giant craft sticks. Now I'm going to use 4 just because I have so many, and just to make sure I have. So basically these are going to become my support system for these two little panels, the DT panels, okay? And look how many I have still left. 45 are in there, you guys. That's going to last me a nice long time. So hopefully I don't have to go hunt for those again. I had a little bit of a difficult time finding them, but once I found them, I'm like, oh yeah, well, there they are. I just wasn't looking in the right place. So we just need our glue gun to warm up, and then we are going to attach these together. Okay, so that's just going to take a moment, and maybe what we'll do while we're waiting for the glue gun to warm up, I should have plugged that in when I was talking to you guys. I was telling you about all this great stuff. Like I said, this is like a Dollar Tree promotional video today. Now this is called a fat quarter, and basically what it is just a little piece of fabric, and this says it's 18 by 21. I'm not good with measurements, so I don't know exactly what to tell you. Once when I open it up, you'll be able to see. When I cannot find ribbon, this is what I will do. Or this one, I had no idea what I would use it for, but it kind of looks like beach balls, but it doesn't cost very much. It's called a fat quarter. It's just a big piece of fabric. And if you need ribbon and you don't have ribbon or can't find it like I did yesterday, then you can do something like this. Get a piece of fabric and then you just cut some pieces. And it's not going to be it's not going to be a wired ribbon, but it's going to be, you can still turn it into a ribbon or make it into a rag ribbon is what I call it. But look how pretty that is. I knew I had to have it. The colors were my kind of colors. And then on top of that, and I might even pull a green out like that. We might even use a green like that today, because it might need a little more than the teal. We'll see. Maybe we'll pull out the green with it. Let's see, what color green would that be? It's kind of in between. It's so nice and bright. It's kind of in between a meadow and a pistachio. I might have to mix my own color and make it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might do that. But what you would do is just take some scissors, and I usually try to have some kind of fabric scissors. And you would just cut some, however big a width you want to have. I'm thinking for this one, I'm going to cut right in the middle here. And it does not have to be perfect. And you can just cut it. And if you don't mind it not having a straight edge, because it's probably going to fray anyway on its own, you could just, if I can do it, tear it like that. And now you have something that you can consider as a ribbon. If you don't like the way that looks and you want it to be a little more exact, then just trim some of it off. Because, it might not be the same width the whole way. That's fine. Take your scissors and trim it off. Or if you like more of a finished edge, trim it off. Right? You do what works for you. That's what's cool about this. See? Now I have a nice thing that I can use as a ribbon, so we'll set that aside. But that's kind of like, I'm using my bedroom colors as a color inspiration, but this actually has a lot of the colors that are in my bedroom. So we may or may not use that. All right. I think my glue gun is probably ready. So let's go ahead and start getting this together. Now I'm going to try to do one, get over here, up as close to the top as I can. I'm just going to put a heavy bead. This glue stick is like not all the way in yet. Hopefully it's warm enough. I'm going to put a heavy bead of, I don't want to burn myself, of glue. Make sure I have this lined up before the hot glue dries, and put it as close to underneath the, can you guys see that? The seahorses as possible. I love seahorses. I don't know if you've ever seen seahorses in person, but I grew up near the beach, and there was a very cool museum I took the kids to. What I used to do when I homeschooled my kids was the first day of school was always a field trip. I mean, you know, why not? So the first day of school was always a field trip, and I took them one year to this little aquarium. It was a very small, not even I don't know if it was an aquarium. It was a museum. I don't know. Actually, I think it was called the Life Saving Museum. And it was right off the boardwalk, off the beach. And in there, they had, you know, some tanks that had seahorses in them. And I don't know if you've ever seen seahorses before. Y'all, they are tiny. Well, at least the ones I had in that tank are. So I'm assuming that's the kind that would be in the Atlantic Ocean. And they're precious. They're so tiny, though. I mean, I'm sure you've seen pictures of them. And I just love seahorses and starfish and sand dollars. I don't know why. I'm just gluing using these large craft sticks that come in a big old pack of 45. And I am attaching the two of them together. Now, I feel like it needs one more thing up here. So let me see, because I have smaller ones. If I can remember where I put them, to see if I can kind of, because I think these are going to be too thick for that. So where did I put those? Because those were the ones I found first. And I was like, you know what? I don't think they're big enough. There they are. So I'm going to use a little small one up at the top to secure it a little bit more, because I feel like it's a little flimsy. But you can create your own signs. So these were, I'm sure they were at the, I'm sure I got them when they were $1.25. So, you know, $2.50 for $2.50. This is just a small pack. These are craft sticks again, but they're smaller. I'm just going to set those somewhere out of the way in a big old mess. Those actually might have been from the Dollar General. Not sure. Just to secure it. But, you know, for $2.50, I'm making my own surface. Well, if you add in the craft sticks, I couldn't tell you because they were not expensive, but they were not expensive, but you know, you get so many of them in there, so it's probably a couple cents for each one. They're just little pieces of wood craft sticks, like big old popsicle sticks that haven't been used. So I'm just attaching these two together and securing them, and I feel like this should be completely fine. Now I do use Gorilla Glue and my glue gun, if I can talk today. And then once we're done, we have a surface ready to be used, right? All right, I think that's all good. So now I have a sign that I can use, right? Super cute, ready to go. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm trying to think if I need to wax this or not. I'm always like I have not used this transfer before. So I think I'm just gonna do a real light layer of wax just because I think it's fine. It's kind of coated. And I did use this one of these before, and I feel like I didn't really need to wax it. So I'm just gonna kind of go over it really lightly, and I might not even need that, y'all, so. And this is a transfer. I'm going to go ahead and mark the front and back because that's what I like to do. Do you guys like to sleep on the beach? I used to be able to do it so easily. Now I have a harder time. I think it's because you get programmed as a mom that if you go to the beach with your guys, you can't go to sleep. But I used to be a beach baby. Oh my gosh. And when I would come home, driving that 30 minutes home from the beach after being on the beach all day, oh my gosh, that was the longest drive ever. It felt like it took 2 hours because you're so tired and just so ready to go take a nap. There's nothing like a beach nap. A day after being on the water or at the beach, that kind of nap. Oh my gosh. I can always take a nap when that happens. I can't. Other times I have a hard time taking a nap and turning it off and slowing down. But I am just going to fuzz this maybe a couple times. It is the first time I'm using it, so it's super sticky. So I'm just going to fuzz it a couple times. Should be fine. I hope. I can't remember now when I did the other project if I needed to fuzz a lot. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. We're just going to wing it, y'all. Okay. So, actually, you guys, let me turn this around because you know I have trouble lining it up when I let it face you instead of me. So, let me see. Now this is going to cross between the two of them, right? But that's okay. It's going to be fine, and it's still going to look great. So, I'm going to try not to look at the lines, like the faux grain of the wood. It might not be faux. It might be real. I don't even know. I'm going to try not to look at that because that's going to mess me up, I think, if I look at that to line it up. Then once I have it placed, I'm just going to smooth it out. And you could do this any color you want it, guys. If you could find these signs. If not, find something else. All right, so now we got to decide. This is the part that I always need help with, guys. Okay, so this is kind of my inspiration piece, and I'm thinking we're going to have a little bow of some kind, or some, I don't know. We're going to do something with this probably. I went with the neutral because that's going to work in my room. Now, we're going to use the teal because that is obviously in here, and I love it, and this is in my bedroom. But I've got to decide, do I create a color like the green? Look at the green in there, y'all. Do you see how pretty that green is? Boy, I wish I had that exact shade of green. I don't, but I could probably create it. So what do you think? Let me know in comments whether you think I should or not. I can do it. I have the ability. All right, you guys, let's just do it. Let's just do it. You only live once, right? Only live once. And I've got the time today, so. And this isn't a complicated transfer. It's just everything else that goes along with it. So this is Meadow, which I love. I consider it a very true green. When I think of green, I think of Kelly green. That was actually my school colors. So that's Meadow. So I could take a tiny bit of Meadow. It won't take a lot, whatever I'm doing. Take a little bit of Meadow, right? And are you one of those people that doesn't like to have too many color choices? My daughter is the kind of person just in general that doesn't like too many choices. I like to see every choice. I'm that kind of person. I want to see all the choices before I decide, because I don't want to always think, oh, I could have found something better. Oh, that would have been better. So I got to see them all before I make my decisions. And let's see. Now this one I had lost the thing on it, so I had just put a little piece of saran wrap on the top. That's why that's on there, to keep my moisture in. And that's, yes, that is an old baby spoon. Because, you know, nothing gets thrown away in my house. It always can be repurposed. Which is why I have too much stuff. We go to move. The next time we go to move, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of purging again. It's going to be crazy. So, I do need to get started on that. Because there's a good chance within the next year or so we might move and downsize. You know, I've got another one, my second one graduating college, and my last one graduating high school, so, you know, we don't really need this big old house as much anymore. So I probably need to get started on that sooner than later. All right, that's pretty close. I could probably add a little bit more of the light green in. I don't know, you guys, what do you think? Did I get it? Did I capture that green, that beautiful green color? You know I had to try. I love color, y'all. Hit that heart button if you think I matched it up good. All right, I'm gonna just put that there. Now the hard part, deciding which words to do which. Okay, so I think we'll do the top in our new green color with our new green squeegee. I'm just squeegeeing it on, and then I just pull off any extra, guys. And I'm going to paste and peel. So what that means is I'm going to go ahead and pull it back, the area that I just did, so that it does not dry in the transfer, but it dries on the surface. Releases to the surface. Ooh, I love it. Y'all ready? Can you see it? Okay. And I'll just let that lay back, and I'm going to press this down. How about we do a little shimmer silver, just because, on sleep. Because sleep is one of my favorite things. I don't get enough of it, but I like it. I definitely don't get enough of it. Look at this. And I've missed a couple of spots. I'm gonna lay it back down, but look, I love it. I'm gonna fix a couple spots because of that didn't quite go through. So let's see, on the top of the I and that middle part of the E. The middle part of the E is because where it's on the bend, like where our seam is, and the I is just me. User error. User error. That's okay. It's easily fixable. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so press this down. Now here's my favorite, my couture coral. No, teal. Coral is pink. Sorry. Pinkish orange. Sorry, guys. So we're going to do these two pieces here. Y'all know I couldn't keep it simple. I couldn't just stay with that one color. I'm just here to inspire you and give you some ideas, but in the meantime, I'm making a new sign for my bedroom, so hey. Okay, let's pull that down. That's what we got so far. Can you see it? Can you see the teal? It does show up better here than I think it does on camera, so. Last piece. Repeat, the most important, right? Repeat. Repeat. Okay, so for this one, we're going to go back to the green, I think, you guys. Since I made some, if you don't have a color or it doesn't exist or you want to make it into a shimmer, you can always do that. If you're not sure how, ask me and I'll help you. That's what I'm here for. Educate, inspire, encourage, entertain, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, you guys, I just went up into my wave. Yikes. Well, there is such thing as green ocean, right? Green in the ocean too. Shoot. Might have to fix that. Let me see. I did. I went right up here in my wave. I don't know if y'all can tell. I might have to fix that. Let's see if I can fix it. I'm going to try, I think, before I pull it up because I wonder if I can. Don't want to ruin it. It's still wet enough that I feel like I can work with it. I mean, the green and the blue together are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But I wanted that to be blue, not green. And if I'm going to have blue and green, then I'm going to add more green so I can have more blue and green. I don't want it to be obvious. Let's see what it looks like when I pull it back. If it shows up, I'm adding more green, y'all, to the rest of the waves. No, it didn't show up. Okay. Do you think I should add more green to the rest of the waves? What would happen if I added just a little green? Finger painting. Some of the best ideas sometimes, guys, are made out of mistakes. I don't know if this is the best idea, but let's just see what happens. If I wanted to, I could even add a little bit of shimmer silver on it. That way it would be glistening. You guys, stop me. Stop me. Can I do it? I gotta find another finger. I don't want to stick a dirty finger back in my chalk paste. Oh my gosh. Okay, I want to the left hand now. Y'all, I'm crazy. Out of control today. Finger painting. Wow, that really escalated fast, didn't it? We went from, oh, it's going to be one color to, oh, no, maybe we'll have two. Oh, no, let's do three. Now let's mix all three together on one section. Y'all got to stay tuned because you never know what you're going to get here. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like it. I don't know that the silver is really showing up, the shimmer, but maybe it is. Let me see something. All right, y'all. I promise I'm done. Make sure I got all my color on my beach. Did I get that? Or is that how it's supposed to look? Sometimes that's how it's supposed to look. Let's see. Ooh, it's a messy kind of day. That's all right. I like it. Tell me if you like it, guys. I love it. So you tell me if you like it. Look, that's just one piece. Look at that. Look. Look, you guys. Do you love it? I love it. Can you see what I did to the waves? Can you tell how they look a little bit different? I don't know if you can see it or not. Exciting. Okay, look at all that I wasted. Now I can't save that. I think it's too hard to save. I'm just going to let it go. You know me. I have a hard time. Let me spray my transfer until I can get it into the sink and wash it because I know I'll be using that again. I could show you it in a completely different look. It would look completely different if I did it in a different surface. So I may do that. We'll see. Or maybe I'll just do it as a special order. So I'm just going to dry this real quick. This top part is probably already dry. You know our chalk paste dries in about 5 minutes or so, depending on the surface. Tell me if that doesn't, I'm a coordinating girl, so tell me if that doesn't coordinate. I feel like the green could have been just a tiny bit brighter, but I think it's going to be close, it's going to be far enough away that you're not going to be able to tell. And the other elements that we're going to use on here are going to be just kind of neutral. I just want to dry it and make sure I don't pull any of it, mess any of it up, smear any of it. Could have been a little heavier with my green right there on the R, and I can't tell if that's how it's supposed to look or if that was just me. But I think it's going to look fabulous. Thanks for joining me, you guys. I love sharing these projects. I think out of all the colors that are on here, this is my favorite because I can see a hint of the teal and then a hint the green, and then it just kind of comes together and makes its own color. I think that's my favorite part. Okay, so I don't need the dryer anymore. Let's see what I'm going to do next. So next, we're going to wait on the bow. I'm going to kind of save that till closer to the end. But what I think we're going to do is we're going to cut this open. These cute sand dollars. Cute sand dollars. My daughter said when she went to Hilton Head back in March for a conference, that she actually found a sand dollar. I'm like, I've never found a sand dollar, but look at those guys. They look real. I don't know. I can't really tell what it's made out of, but they look real. They look real. And then, so these are from the Dollar Tree, and I got several packs of those. And then this is from the Dollar Tree. And I just thought, doesn't that look like something you would see at the beach? Oh my gosh, of course. Super cute. That's why I say it's a Dollar Tree promo. I need to let them know so they can put it on their site. Show all the different ways. Of course, these things, like I said, you might have to hunt a little bit for these. I went to several different ones before I found all the different colors. So it all depends on, it's hit or miss, guys. But I go back and check too. If I know they have something, I go back and check. Save that, because that's what I do. You know I will save it. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is, I'm thinking this is going to go along the bottom, because it's not going to really be like in your face kind of thing, but it's just going to add another dimension and another element to what it's going to look like. So how cool it is, right? So I just want to get enough that I can go around the back and kind of hot glue it. So I'm just cutting off a little bit, and now I have all this goodness to save. Okay, so my hot glue gun is still on. So what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that this is dry. I don't want to mess it up. Feels dry. What I'm going to do, I'm doing it this way so that you guys can see what I'm doing, because I'm going to place it not exactly all the way on the bottom. I'll show you where it is in a minute. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hot glue, and actually I'm probably going to need my little finger cap, and I am just going to try to attach this with some glue, because it's very open and webby and what have you. So I'm kind of doing it from the top instead of the bottom, and I'm going to hold it in place. I'm going to push it down. And if I needed to, I could always staple. If I had a thin staple, I wouldn't do it real thick like from my staple gun. I'd probably do like from a stapler, because this is pretty thin. Or I could even put just a piece of tape on it, because it's just the back and nobody's going to see it. If I really didn't want anybody to see any of this junk I had going on the back, guess what I would do? I would take why did I do that? That would have been great. I would take a fabric like this and cover the back with it. I could have done that. Now, if I could find another piece of this, right? But I could always use tape as well, okay? And then you could cover up whatever you've got going on in the back. Nobody will see it if it gets seen from the back somehow. This is going to be up against a wall, so it's not, but wouldn't that be cool? If you were using this, you could use this, guys, as a door hanger. You don't have to use it as a wall thing. You could use it on your front door. You could use it on your bathroom door if your bathroom's in this theme, whatever room you have that's in your theme. I don't know if you've seen these. They come in a three pack or 2-pack, the Dollar Tree. It makes it so you don't burn your fingers. And look, I always have the spider webs. Okay, so now that's glued on there, if you can see. It's not super duper heavy, but it's glued on there. Oh, gotta make sure the glue is dry before I put it down. Susan, that would be a good idea. Once it's dry, it will be hardened, and you won't have to worry about it trying to grab. Feel like it needs to be more secure? Like I said, put some tape on it. Okay, so now what I'm thinking is, I was thinking about 3, but you know what, you guys? I got another idea. I could either put this here, kind of as an accent. I don't know. I'm just thinking on the fly. I'm crafting on the fly, you guys. Thinking while I'm doing it. Because I don't really know what I want to do. Really. Got a bunch of strings. Let me think for a second. I have to play around a minute. When you're crafting on the fly, you kind of have to play with stuff and see how you like it. But I could cut this thinner. Actually, let me do this. I'm just playing right now, y'all. I don't even know if this is right. I don't even know if this is what I want to do, but let's just try it. Let's just try it. If I hate it, we don't have to do it. It's like nothing right now. Give me a sec. I'm thinking. I don't want to take away from my seahorses, but I'm just thinking I could. And I was going to put these guys down here, and I was going to actually put all three of them down there. But now I'm thinking I might not like that as much. Or do I put this up? No, maybe I just put this here and this here. And then we have a white element at the top and a white element at the bottom, right? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Sometimes you just have to do it. All right, let's see if we can get enough. I might have to put my other glue. But I'm thinking 1 as opposed to 3. I was going to do 3, but I'm thinking 1. And I really need to hold this because it's got to be super strong. That's what we got going on so far, y'all. Plenty of glue on that because it is a little bit heavy, right? And now it's kind of simple down there. Do I use that or do I create a hanger with this? I think this is out now because even though it goes with this really well, I feel like it's it's not on there. I don't see it on there. So like I could use this along the top, or I could use this as a tie, as a way to bring the color in. I was really not anywhere close to the same size. What happened? I think the print's off, that's why. Or is that the one that I cut before and I cut it crooked? I don't know if I did when I went to tear it. I'm doing this one a little more exact just because I might use it as a hanger. Might create it as my hanger. Do this. Or don't mind me. I'm just sitting here trying to come up with an idea. That's cool. Well. What have we here? Oh, I think I need my other glue stick. Luckily, I have one. Okay, guys, I just got a new idea. Let's try this. I have got glue everywhere, y'all. Whoa, hold on, Nelly. Hold on. I do like that is all you have to do for glue once it drops is that you can just kind of get rid of it. So what if we wrapped our rope. That way we've got the hint of it, but it's not in your face, right? Of the color. But then you also get to see the twine or the rope, right? So it's just like an accent piece. What if we did that? Gotta space it out enough. Right? Do you guys see where I'm going? Do you see where my mind is going? What if we did that? Oh, you know what? I don't like using those for that. Hang on, I gotta grab a different pair of scissors. You know, scissors are important. The right scissors for the right job. I don't want to ruin my good scissors with my fabric scissors with cutting this. Okay. So do you see what I did? I just kind of wrapped my rope, and then I'm thinking we're gonna put this here. So you'll see just enough of it. I'll probably staple gun that. So we're gonna set that aside, okay? And I'm thinking to cover up, I might have to make this a little smaller. Might need to lose a little bit more of this, but to cover up, but to still bring that element in to say, hey, why didn't you use those colors? That we can put this at the top, and then it also doubles as covering up those. I know I'm wasting my fabric. Oh, it's killing me, y'all. Wasting this gorgeous fabric. I just love this color. It's just these colors. It's just such a fun print. Such fun colors. Did I mention that I love color? And you know, this is not fancy. But I don't think, when I think of the beach, I don't think of fancy, y'all. I don't know about you. I don't think about fancy. My idea of a perfect beach house, beach cottage, whatever you want to call it, is like you have old, worn, nice, soft, worn quilts with faded colors that are cozy and soft. That's my idea of a perfect beach cottage. Comfortable chairs, lots of elements like rattan and wicker and driftwood and sand and shells and all the fun elements. Okay, so here's what we got so far, but yet, wait, we're not done. We're close. We're close. It would be simply fabulous and ready to go, even like this, don't you think? Okay, so then my last thing that I'm thinking about is I have these cute little guys, right? I don't think I'll use the blue ones because I'm not using that color blue, but these blend in nicely. Aren't they adorable? If you want some, let me know. Okay, so we could use these like this. Take a little piece of twine and maybe we do it, where do we do it? Do we do it at the top or the bottom? Because you could put it at the top or the bottom. Maybe the bottom. Maybe the bottom, like down here, right? Maybe. Why not turn it not only into something adorable, but something functional? Like this. Yeah, I'm liking this idea. I'm liking this idea. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'm just cutting. So I just wrap that twine around it a couple times. And now I'm just going to tie it back here. Doesn't really matter where, but I will make it in the middle. And I'm going to put it just, I'm not going to glue it. I'm just going to tie it. And that way, if I need to slide it a little bit, I can. I'm going to try to tie it kind of tight. The strings kind of together. Might even cross it in the front just to give it a little more interest. Bear with me, y'all. Promise you it'll be worth it. I could have even lowered my ribbon and my sand dollar down lower if I had thought I was going to put this above it, but at the time I was thinking I was going to put it below it. Okay, so let's tie this, and if we need to adjust it some we can. Just going to tie this in a knot. I'm actually going to go under both of them. Pull it taut as I can. Just one knot, I think, is all I need. So now I have it here. See, that's very simple. It's not like in your face. Do you know what I mean when I say that? It doesn't like pop out. That's not the first thing you notice. It just kind of goes with it all. I think, you guys, I can unplug my glue gun and plug that. Because I don't think we're going to glue anything else. Hang on. Okay. And then what we'll do is, maybe I'll add a little dab of glue to this back here, just to give it a little more support. Since my glue is still hot, I just added a dab of glue right here at the knot to give it a little more support. Make sure. Okay. And then we'll take these cute little guys and we'll clip them on. We might only use 2 because 3 is what I usually say with elements, but you've already got one other element down here. So you could do that, and then you could get cute little pictures and hang them there when you hang it up, right? Okay. This guy, might figure out how to use him up here. Maybe. We're going to hold on to him. We're going to leave him there. Okay, let me get my stapler, because I'm just going to use a regular stapler, not my, I'm afraid my staple gun might not. I don't know if it would go through too much. I definitely want it to be strong. I'm going to attach this here. Let me roll this a little bit more. Attach this here. Maybe I will try the staple gun. I'm afraid the stapler's not going to hold it. Because we don't mind that it shows a little, right? We don't mind. We don't mind, right, guys? Hopefully it's going to work. I can get it on there just right. See if it went through. It did go through. Do you guys see what it did? I got my thingy under there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to press that down. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Because it's thin, so it went through, but it didn't bend over. It went into my plastic thing. Luckily, that's what that's for. Just take a pair of pliers or something. I'm just using these scissors, but I'll probably use the pliers when I get done. That's not bad. Okay, so we just use the staple gun, stapled in the back. Okay, this time I'm going to do it in that. Try to get it in my, twist this a little. Now you guys got to see a little bit inside my brain, how I work when I create something. Sometimes I have it all together, figured out before I come on. Sometimes we just craft on the fly. I know I have things I want to use and they're different elements. I just don't know exactly how I want it to look when it's done. This one was a little more involved, but I did it because I have more time today. I appreciate you guys checking it out with me. Oh, that didn't go through good. Might have to redo that one. Let's see. I'm going to do it again and I'll try to pull that one out. Just put your little oomph in it. There we go. Okay. Again, I'm going to have to press them over in the back because they're not bending. So be careful if you're doing that with a staple gun. My staples are not the biggest thickness, but they're not the thinnest either. Or the shortest, I guess. Kind of in between. There we go. Then if we wanted, we could add our little guy right there. Just because we can and because he's cute. Right? Okay, guys, that's it. I'm done. Ta-da! Now, like I said, if you really wanted to finish it off, take something like this. Take your coordinating fabric. These were super cheap. If I knew if I had more, I would. And then you could just glue it right on the back, and it gives you more of a finished looking project, right? Okay? So that's an idea for that too. But otherwise, I think it turned out pretty great. That is not how I thought it was going to look when I started. That's not at all. I had a whole different plan in mind, but I like how it evolved, and I think I like it because it's completely original to me. If you want to copy it, you have my permission. You go right ahead. I say give something a try. It is so good to have, it feels so good to have something that you've made with your own hands. When you go to look at this, every time you go to look at it, and believe me, I have lots of pictures from the beach. I either have pictures of the beach or of my babies. I might just put, I have a bulletin board in my room where I have like my kids and grandson on the beach. But this would be cute, just having a couple of my favorite pictures from the beach, because I always take pictures of the beach. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you think in comments. I'd love to hear what you think. I think it turned out pretty good for a Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree, maybe Dollar Tree, and the signs are Dollar Tree. So I think pretty good way to upcycle a basic board. Turn it from drab to fab. Anyway, I hope that inspired you. I hope you liked that. And I hope that you will come back with me next time. Until then, be safe, be healthy, and be blessed. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.